everybody. Sorry I'm a minute or two late. I was having some technical difficulties with my Wi-Fi. Fun, as always. It is a beautiful day here in Santa Barbara. It's a little cloudy, but it's going to be going away, and we are going to be starting off right with this beginning of the morning workout. I'm excited. How about you? I've got an old playlist. The link is in the doohickey bio. No, not bio. Link in bio. Instagram me. I just want to let you know that we are going to be using our bands at multiple anchor points. So I have an anchor point set up in my door, and I'm going to be using a couple of low. We'll do some seated rows down here. So you want to have a low anchor point, a high anchor point, but we're going to keep the workout format simple so that you don't have to worry about switching between all this different stuff. So I'm going to stop chatting, and without further ado, let's get this upper body workout started. Press play in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, let's start reaching up high and reaching low as far as we can behind us, keeping our torso upright, seeing how far we can get our arms up over our head. Just reaching forward and back. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. It was a blur. Oh, it was hot here. Well, hot is a relative term. Hot in Santa Barbara. So like hot in Cleveland, the bar is a little lower. Actually, I'm from Cleveland, so I find that a little insulting. Is that show with Betty White? Is that still on? I don't even know. All right, let's give ourselves hugs, opening up our arms wide, giving a hug, taking the arms away, taking the hugs away. No hugs for you. Hugs for you. Just opening up, trying to get as far as we can, working across that range of motion. So again, format's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to do 3 sets of stuff. Working through, we're going to start doing a lot of standing moves with bands, and then we'll move to the high anchor point, then the low anchor point. Then if we got some time left, we'll do some core, because I could use some core work. I've done some, this month has been great, but I've sort of been slacking, so I gotta get back into things. Let's do some pot stirs, moving your arm, slow and controlled, so not just swinging around, moving with intention. Going the other way. So you can do this move weighted too, if you want to make it more of a strength move. Again, when you do it, just making sure you're not just flinging your arm around. Let's go to the other side. Let's go the other way. All right, let's do some shoulder rolls. Not too fast. Let's go the other way. Let's do some arm circles. The other way. All right, we're going to come down to the ground. All right, ooh, I'm going to get my remote. Why not do these camera angles? Let's trip. Wow, I've never done that before. I almost tripped over the mat. That was great. Great moments in history. We're going to have the arm come down. We're in quadruped. Arm go up and around in line with the other hand. Thread through. Go to the other side. Arm forward. Arm up and around. Thread through. Let's do this a couple more times each side. Forward. And around. Down. Up. Around. One more time each side. we go, stretching those lats. We're gonna be working on today. Pressing down the child's pose. Coming forward into a nice little scorpion. Doing some core work, layer hopefully. So let's get our arms out. Kick things over. Oh. Try and keep both shoulders on the ground. Oh. The other side. I don't have enough room. Keep running into the wall. See how far you can reach that foot. Come back into child's pose. All right. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm. Let me give you a high five. High five. How you feeling? How you feeling? Feeling sort of tired? Feeling loosey goosey? Do check. How you feeling today? You grab some water while you're doing it. So we're going to start with some standing moves. I'm going to start with medium to lightweight. So I've got all my bands here. It's a little out of control. So let's start. I'm going to grab my 40s. Oh. So as you can see with my bands, I've got these little like carabiner action, which is sort of nice. Can also be a little annoying. So let's start pretty easy. We're going to do just some bicep curls. So we're just going to down and up. We're going to do 3 sets. I'm going to turn the fan on. Think about the number of reps you want to do. Okay. So if you have a heavier resistance, you might be in the 8 to 10 range. If you have a lighter resistance, maybe you want to do some muscular endurance, maybe 12 to 15 range. You can adjust the tension by moving your feet together or farther apart. We're just using one foot. I'm going to have both feet. All right, keep your elbows tucked into the sides. Here we go, round 1 and 1. Keeping the upper body, the upper arm stationary. If you're moving it back and forth excessively to do the elbow flex, you might be using too strong of a resistance. I'll show the next step from the side. All right, I'm going to shake it out. That's round 1 for me. So whenever you're doing bicep curls, you want to keep the shoulder stationary. So if you're starting to do this, see how my shoulder's moving back and forth? You don't want to be doing that. There are things you can do to help prevent that. One of them is tucking your elbows into the side and making sure they don't move back and forth. Another is you can do bicep curls against the wall and keep that shoulder engaged into the wall as you do your biceps. And that'll help make sure that you're isolating the muscle and not using other muscles to cheat and potentially cause injury. Also remember, don't stick your butt out. Make sure you keep a neutral pelvis. So I'm sticking my butt out, tilting it under. Here we go, round 2, 3, 2, 1. I'm going for sets of 10 on this. And I remember like 5 months ago, this would have been painful. It doesn't hurt anymore. Yay! If you worked out with me in the past, I was dealing with like some brachioradialis shit. Still not 100%, it's like 99%. But I remember doing curls was painful and I had to modify. So it's so nice to be able to do that. Always taking care of yourself. If you feel something, get tweaked. Stop, think about it, and figure out what's causing it. Don't push yourself. You know, as you learn your body better and better, just thinking about like, is this a good pain? Is this a bad pain? Can I push through this set or do I need to stop right away? It just takes time. If you're not used to doing that, you may not know how to work it, but that's why paying attention to yourself and listening to your body. Your body's telling you stuff. Your body's talking to yourself. All right, well, next round, here we go, 3, 2, 1. This is the last round. What number are you doing? What number are you on? Nice. That's gonna do it for my set. I'm gonna swap out my band to something a little lighter because we're gonna be going overhead. So because you're gonna be stretching the band that much more, you might wanna go a little lighter. By the way, high five. First move done. Keeping an eye on the clock. Oh wow, it's already 1/4 after. Where's time going? Right down the toilets. All right. So again, we're going to be going overhead for this move. So I have a light resistance and I need to be able to make sure I can get it overhead. So I'm actually going to have 1 foot on the band right now and see how these sets go. Remember, it's okay to adjust and modify, especially if this is your first time doing it. You may need a little extra time to be like, oh wait, no, that's way too heavy. Take your time. I'm gonna keep it slow so you have time to figure things out, swap things out if you need to. And here we go. So we're gonna do overhead press. Starting here, I have the bands behind my arms. I'm just gonna reach overhead. Here we go. I'm gonna do sets of 12 on this. So how am I determining what reps I'm going to do? I'm taking a break, I hope you are too. So remember, if you haven't heard me say this before, you always want to make sure that you set a number of reps where the last few reps are a challenge. You can do them with good form, but you're starting to feel your form slip maybe a little bit, or it's a struggle to sort of get it done. If you're feeling like you can't do one more on reps 5 or 6 and you said to go to 12, your band's too heavy. If you finish your set of reps and you feel like you could do like 5 more, your band's too light. Think about your goals and set your reps there, and then set your resistance based on how it feels near the end. All right, so I'm gonna try 2 feet for this next one, because I felt like I could probably do a couple more, and we're gonna test this resistance. And again, this is always trial and error. Some days you're feeling better than others. So you may set a goal for yourself that you can normally do, and it's like, whoa, I can't do it. It happens. Just always adjust. All right, let's do round 2. 3, 2, 1. So here, got both feet on the band, a little more resistance. Remember to keep your shoulders down and back. Don't let them get near your ears, especially at the top of the movement. People tend to do this when they get tired. Nope. Get a nice space. Lost track of what number I'm on. I hope you're not following me. Whew. I'm gonna call this 10, 11, and 12. Whew. That was fun. So what I could do for the next round is I can move my feet slightly farther apart. So even though I'm on the same mat, I'm gradually increasing the resistance set to set. So it's sort of like doing a pyramid set, just not saying like 5, 10, 20 pounds, like slightly higher resistance. Or you could be like, whew, I'm pooped, I don't know if I could do that last set. So maybe you go back to 1 foot. I'm just babbling, my friends. If any of this is useful for you, let me know. This sucks. I'm never working out with you again, Jade. All right. Last round, here we go. I'm gonna pay attention to my reps. bar too. Good job. Get some water if you need it. I'm going to swap out my band. I'm going to go slightly heavier for the next round. And that's because we're going to be doing bent over flies, reverse flies. Can never remember which one it is. Fly movement. Well, that's 50. If you want to learn about what these resistances, these pounds really mean, these ratings on your bands, I wrote a blog about it, Physics of Fitness Fridays. You can go to my website, jamiereactionfitness.com. You can go check it out, tell you all about it, and like some fun experiments that I did. So I used to be a scientist. I still am at heart. All right. So this next round, I'm going to cross my handles. All right. And remember that give the hug, take it away. We're doing that. I'm going to be bent over about 45 degrees. Again, not sticking my butt out, keeping my back flat. Slight bend in the arms. And just taking the hug and give it away. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. So I'm doing 12. And I'm actually going to swap my band out for a lighter band. And the reason why I'm doing that, the tension in this band, I couldn't pull my arms apart very well, which is fine. But I actually want to get a little more range of motion. I want to bring my arms up higher. So I'm going to go with the lighter band to allow me to do that, because I want to work the strength along that full range of motion. So how high could you get your arms up? Could you get them higher? Maybe you couldn't. Maybe you should lower your resistance too. Let's all lower resistance, right? So again, I'm going to put my feet apart. All right, bending over 45 degrees, not sticking my butt out. Head neutral spine, not looking down at your feet, not looking up. Sort of gentle gaze, 4 or 5 feet ahead of me. 3, 2, 1, round 2. There we go. Whew. Shake it out, take a break. We're going to do one more set of that. And then I think we'll go to the wall or the door or wherever you have your thing set up. I was going to say something about this set. I don't remember. Anyway, it's that kind of Monday morning. It's okay. You know, you ever have those nights where you sleep really well, but you're still feeling really tired in the morning? That's the night I had. Got a great amount of sleep, like 8 hours, maybe a little more. Some really weird dreams. And I woke up, I'm like, oh, exhausted. That's not supposed to happen. All right, last round. 3, 2, 1, 1. What number are you going for? All right, that is 10 or 12 for me. That's my last round. I'm gonna give you a high five. How's it going? How's it going? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you doing? So we are going to go over to the wall. Let me see if I have this set properly. Womp womp. Nope, the wall. Nope. Let's try this one. Nope. That's out the window. All right, forget it. Whee! Hi, there's my chest. Oh, there's my door. This is a hot mess. Hot mess! What am I doing? Okay, let's go this way. Nice. All right. So I don't know if you can tell here, but I've got my little thing in the door. And I'm going to get my band set up, so I encourage you to do the same. I hope you enjoyed that interlude while I try to get everything done. So I'm gonna do 1570. So I'm gonna throw them both in, because with my little handy dandy setup, I can lock in the both if I want to. Or I can just lock it in one. Very loud. Apologize to my husband who's hearing all the thumping. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock into the heavier band. Now this is just for me, I don't know what you're doing. We're gonna step away from our mount. We're gonna get into this nice little stagger stance. And we're gonna do chest press, okay? So I'm going to press sort of in the plane of my shoulders. So notice I'm leaning forward a little bit. So I'm not pressing like straight away that way. I'm just pressing down. So it's sort of like, here's the plane of my body, here's perpendicular to my shoulders, and I'm pressing in that perpendicular plane. All right, let's see how this goes, shall we? 3, 2, 1, and set your goal. Modify your goal as you go along. I'm going to keep going. 12 isn't too hard, so I'm going to go to 15. All right. So in 15, I probably could have done more. I might actually try to start this out. Talk amongst yourselves while I go do that. So many bands. I like how for this band set, they have them colored for all of these different resistances. And then when it gets to 70, they're like, gray. We give up. Everything's gray now. Actually, I don't know if they have heavier than 80. I mean, in theory, I don't need it because I can just build whatever I want after that. But anyway, here we go. We're going to do round 2. I'm going up, so I'm going to see if I can get back to 12 on my reps. 3, 2, 1, and woo! Hey. 2, 3. Oh. This is weird. Yeah, that was extremely different between the 70 and the 80. More than I was expecting. So what possibly happened? It could be that I used my 70s a lot more than my 80s and they're getting a little stretched out. This felt a lot more challenging. I might go back to 70, which is interesting. So I don't know if you saw, my arms are sort of all over the place. I don't know how you were on your last set, but they were sort of down a little bit. And I want to have better form, so I'm going to do my last set back on 70, and I'm just going to stick those higher reps. All right? How are you doing? How are your reps going? You know, the thing about bands is that it's not an exact science. You know, you lift a 5-pound weight, and you're pretty much lifting 5 pounds plus or minus, like a little smidge. But with a resistance band, you know, it just sort of depends on how old your bands are, how you treat your bands. Like if you leave your bands out in direct sunlight and they get all brittle and, you know, not so good, they can show signs of wear and tear, and they can age a lot faster. So treat your bands right, and you know, Also, just the more you use your bands, the more they get stretched out. So after a while, they're gonna lose their oomph, and you have to replace. So bands are great because they're portable, but it's a little bit of a guessing game sometimes. So, and that being said, let's do round 3. Here we go. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, head neutral spine, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Round 3 done. Awesome job. So if you're watching this, you're like, oh, you know, so used to seeing like these perfect, you know, trainers showing you this perfect workout, everything goes smoothly. That's not how real life is, especially with bands. Sometimes you're like, what the is going on here? And other days you're like, oh, cool. So hopefully you're learning through this, all the different things that can arise when you're working out with bands. So hopefully you can internalize some of these tips and sort of take it with you for future workouts. I'm gonna grab some water. Ooh, this water looks good. So next what I wanna do is, so I'm gonna start with my arms overhead. Whoop, we are not gonna do that. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do like a tricep extension, but I'm not gonna do it with some of these because you can see that's how well that went. Tricep stuff is hard. You know, a lot of people, you know, we get so used to using our other muscles, we tend not to use the triceps, or we tend not to do tricep isolation stuff as much, so it can get tricky fast. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my arms forward and then bend, extend and bend, okay? So I basically have my elbows around my head, maybe a little farther forward, just so I can get the push down. So I'm gonna do the push down to here, and then once I get to that spot, I'm gonna lock my elbows in place, okay? So push down to a good resistance, and then extend or bend, extend. Here we go, I've demonstrated like 15 times. Let's do an actual set. So push down, bend, extend. So I'm gonna do a set of 12. 2, 3. Keeping the upper arm stationary, just bending the elbow, and extending. Ooh. And let's set one for me. Oh my gosh, I still haven't bothered to take the 5 minutes to set up these headphones again, so I still got one. Oh well, start a new trend. The one headphone trend, is it catching yet? Let me know. All right, so I'm gonna mix things up. I'm gonna switch my stagger stance. I think my left foot was in front first. Now I'll do my right foot. Ooh, exciting. All right, push it down, and bend and extend. Ooh. Oh my gosh. A little set, mini break. I got 4 more. 4, 2. All right, that last rep was a real struggle for me. So what are some things that I noticed personally? So I was trying to keep my palms facing away from me. And I noticed near the end, my hands were sort of rotating in, and I was getting this like weird tension thing. What do you tend to do when you get tired on a move? Okay, so I was good, I kept my shoulders down, I kept my upper arms locked, but I noticed I'm starting to rotate so I could bring some other muscles into the action. So I'm gonna try to go for 12 on my last set, but I'm gonna maybe keep it at 10 just because I noticed I was starting to do some funky stuff near the end, okay? We're gonna shake it out. Woo. We're gonna do one more set. Think about the challenges. Can you crank out every single rep? No problem, like a machine. Then you should up the resistance. Maybe you can step a little farther away from the door. That's an easy way to up the resistance without switching bands, all right? Again, there's a little bit of trial and error to this band stuff. Well, anytime you're doing a new workout routine. So, arms down, and try and keep those palms facing away from me. 6. Ah, 8's right, it's gonna break down. I'm gonna stop at 10. How are you doing? Good job. Have fun. All right, we're gonna swap it around in that we're gonna do some lat work. So, let's try this real quick. You know, it's perfectly acceptable to do like a little test rep when you do something for the first time, especially if if you haven't done it recently or haven't done it before, and just sort of see how it feels. So it feels light, like super easy. You know, you might be able to get to 10, 12 reps, no problem. If it feels sort of a struggle, you know, sort of adjust accordingly. You may not get it right, but that test rep can tell you a little bit about what you want to do. So normally we do lat pull downs, we come down like this, but today I want to have yourself at an angle. You're gonna keep your arms straight, and you're gonna pull down like this, okay? Now the key that I want you to keep in mind is I want you to keep your wrists straight, okay? So a lot of times when you're doing this move, especially at the bottom of the movement, you'll feel your wrist start to go like this, or, can't remember, I think it'll start to do something like this, but you wanna try to keep it stiff and locked here, okay? So keep that in mind as you're going through the movement. Sometimes your hands tend to follow and your wrists bend, but really fight to keep them straight throughout this whole movement. And because you're keeping your arms straight, you're probably gonna stick with the lower resistance. So normally on lat pull downs, I'd be doing like 120 or something like that. But with the straight arms, I'm gonna keep it light at 50 because I wanna work on that range of motion. How far back can I get my arms as I do this? All right, so feet shoulder width apart, head neutral spine, not looking out at your feet, not looking up. I hope you enjoy this view of my derriere. 3, 2, 1, and down and back. And a few couple more. All right, so you should start to feel it here. I'm feeling a little bit in my triceps as well. Take a break, that's round 1. So, talking a little bit about these bands, these handles. I don't know if you can notice, but the handle rotates, so it's not, it can spin around. That actually really helps with this movement because as you try to keep your wrist locked, this will sort of spin on its axis to help keep your wrist locked. If you have a handle that doesn't do that, it's a lot more challenging to keep your wrist locked out because you don't have that rotation and it sort of forces it. So like if you were doing this with the large loop band, you really have to fight to keep those elbows straight. Oh, I should turn this off. Is that better? Is that better? Here's a giant lamp in the middle of my. Anyway, welcome to the studio, folks. We're gonna do round two. Again, I've been sort of taking little sneak peeks at my form, so I've been looking down, but I really want to think about looking 4 or 5 feet ahead, keeping that neutral spine. Here we go, round two, 3, 2, 1, and. Nice. Round two's done. How did round two go for you? Yeah? Would you like me to turn the light back on? I was reading last night about lighting for workout videos, and mine sucks. I don't know if you noticed this, but one day it's going to be awesome. And everybody's going to be like, wow, it looks so great. I don't know, maybe you like the gray feel. I don't know. But here we are. If you're watching, must be doing something right. All right, now that I got my water. Round three, here we go. Keeping all those cues in mind. Remember, not sticking your butt out. Neutral back, neutral spine, neutral head and neck. Here we go, keep the arms straight, wrist lock, 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bracing through my legs to keep my balance. There we go. Round three done. Awesome job. How you feeling? You feeling that? I'm feeling that. All right, we're gonna go down here. Get down to our lower mount. Trying to think what's left. We've got some rows. We've got some seated rows we gotta do. So for me, move things around and knock stuff off. So I'm gonna do something a little funky. So I have a problem when I get to high resistances, I start to pull this and the whole bench comes on me, which is annoying. So I'm actually going to prop my feet against this. So my feet are going to be pushing away on this while I'm pulling, so I don't start pulling the whole weight rack towards me. So that's just a little tip. So if you're doing this like table, and the table's not quite heavy enough because you're that massive, you can try putting your feet up against it. Or for me, I can't really reach. I want to get better resistance. So I will actually put my feet on these power blocks. Thank you, power blocks. Power blocks are like 70s, just sort of stay where they are. All right, so I got my feet propped. We're doing rows, so just elbows into the side. Do a tiny little hold at the end range of motion. Here we go. So, one last thing. See how my shoulders are, my back are rounded? Sitting up tall, keeping the shoulders back, so not letting the shoulders sink in. If you start to feel your shoulders collapse forward, either take a break, shake it out, get a little closer, reduce the resistance, or maybe you need to get a lighter band. So keeping those shoulders tucked. So can you notice the difference? Here's not tuck back. Here's tuck back. 3, 2, 1, here we go. I'm gonna go for 12. All right. So again, making sure it's really easy when we release to let the shoulders just collapse in. You want to keep them engaged throughout the full range of motion, okay? What else do I want to say? Yeah, just have the elbows go back. No need to have them go out like this. What's your favorite food? I don't know. Oh, something I learned last night. Last night I made a bunch of salads for dinner. And you're making a joke, you know, the salad days, salad. And for some reason, I always thought the salad days were like when you didn't have a lot of money. Like, those were salad days. Which didn't make sense because I was like, produce is expensive. Salad days should be like when you're rolling in dough. And then I looked it up, and the salad days refer to your youthful inexperience and idealism. So, anyway, we relive the salad days, although I'm trained professional, I don't know. So there you go, random thing. If you didn't know what salad days truly meant, you know, the more you know. Here we go, round 2. All right, nice. So let's see, what did we do today? We did flies, we rows, triceps, biceps. Oh, I know what we didn't do. We didn't do any lateral raises. What's wrong with me? Maybe we'll come back to those at the end. Today's an off-the-cuff workout. I hope you're enjoying it. All right, here we go, round 3. Keep those shoulders engaged, 3, 2, 1. The core engaged. It's my last one. How are you doing? You all done? You fishing up? You done? Good job, high five. All right. Let's see. We're gonna try something. I'm not quite sure how well it's gonna work because I always have issues doing these kind of moves. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw all that over there. We're gonna try flies on the ground because we didn't do them. Could have done them at the other anchor point. I probably should have. But you know what? I'm not going back to that anchor point. I'm not doing it. Can't make me. So we're gonna try this lying down, and we'll probably have mixed success because if you don't have good resistance, it's gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna make a little loop behind my back. Okay, and I'm gonna lay down on it. Not the most comfortable. It's not what I want, but here we go. So we're just gonna do some flies like this. I'm gonna go a little heavier. It's not really doing much for me. See, trial and error. Showing you the process, folks. I just crank this out, and you'd be like, wait, hold up, I can't do this. But I'm gonna show you what it's really like to do a band workout. Frustrating, yeah, just kidding. All right, so I got my 50. All right, I'm gonna put it behind my back. I'm gonna have my palms like this. Let's try a set with this. All right, 3, 2, 1. Not the most exciting. So you can do this with the door mount. And when we did the press, the little chest press, you could just do the spine movement. That's probably a better thing to do. But this is interesting. I mean, you can do it this way. This would probably work a little better if I had my loop bands. Again, given the hug, taking it away. Reverse from the movement we were doing up there. So the one was giving the hug, taking it away. This is taking the hug away, giving the hug. Wait, what? Let's just crank out 2 more sets while we're here and then move on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. As you lay here, contemplate life. This is me contemplating life. Here's me contemplating death. All right, one more round. Let's get this done. A ton of resistance. So you can really focus on your form on this one. Back flat. All right, that was a fun experiment. Thank you for riding along with me on that one. It was like, we didn't do flies, no. How much time we got left? Oh. All right, so we're gonna do, for our last upper body move, we're gonna do side and lateral raises. I'm gonna do a little heavier on this. I'm gonna do a slightly lower reps. So we're gonna come out to the side and forward. Again, don't let your shoulders creep up. I'm gonna do 1 foot. Use the resistance just slightly, all right? Get where you need to go. I'm gonna go for 8 in each direction, okay? So alternating between the two. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a break. While you're taking a break, I'm going to put some of my stuff away because we're wrapping up. This is our last move, folks, and then we're going to do a little bit of core, just a little bit. Like maybe 5 minutes. We'll see what we have time for, and then I'll pull you down. And I apologize for being a couple of minutes late today, but I blame YouTube and Cox Wi-Fi. I always think it's funny. I'll go on Nextdoor and people will say, Cox is horrible. Is there anything else? And everybody's like, nope. We have one option. Freedom from choice is what you want, and that's what we got. We have one internet provider, and they're not very good, and they charge ridiculous amounts of money to not be very good. And they can do it because there's no competition at all. I thought monopolies were supposed to be outlawed, but apparently not. All right, round 2, fun times, here we go. Think about locking those wrists. Don't stick your butt out. Shake it out. I'm done with round 2. How about you? Wait a couple seconds for you to catch up if you need to. Maybe you're doing 15. Maybe you're still going. Maybe you've never stopped. I don't know. But I'm gonna wait. Also, I want, need a little break between our sets. I mean, if you do a set with like a 10-second break, that's not much of a break. Your muscles need more sleep. I'm too tired to talk about it. Your muscles need time to recover between sets. And if you do really intense sets, I want a little more time to recover. You can actually play with recovery times depending on what, whether you want muscular endurance or whether you're going for max reps or max resistance. We can talk about that more another time. But now let's finish up. So this is our last round. Then we're gonna do some core. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. I'm going for 8. Got 4 more for me. 2 more. Last one. Oh, good job, my friends. How you feeling? High five. Woo! Grab some water. And we are going to do some core work. I'm going to meet you on the floor. All right, we are going to do 30-second moves for 5 minutes. All right, y'all ready for this? Bow, 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 bow. Let's see. Actually, we've got some time. But we're just going to go until my music ends. How about that? So it might be 5 to 7 minutes-ish. But you're up for the task. All right. We're going to start in 10 seconds. Feet flat on the ground. Hands behind your head or neck for support. We're going to start just 30 seconds of straight crunches. Here we go, nose towards the ceiling. Remember, if you need to take a break, take a break. All right, hands together. Keep your shoulders off the ground. Going side to side. Again, head neutral spine. Hands go on either side of the legs. Two, 1, palms up. Again, shoulders off the ground. Windshield wiper reaching as far down your feet as you can. If your feet are closer, that's a little easier. Try to see how low you can get. Keeping that head neutral, which can be a little tough on the neck, so if you need to shake it out, but keep that neck up, looking at the ceiling. We're gonna flip it over. Right now, come on down, low plank, do plank saw, forward and back, pushing up away from the floor with your forearms. I have fists, you can have your palms down if that's more fun for you. Remember, keeping that butt down, going back and forth. go on the side. You can do single knee, or you can do both knee crunching, reaching up overhead, crunching the knee into the elbow. Again, you can just do one if you need to. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch it over. Again, you can do one, or you can do 2. 10 more seconds, keeping those knees together if you're doing this move. 3, 2, 1. Back in plank. Back in low plank. Hip to the side. Hip to the side. Again, do not let your head sink. Head neutral spine. Pushing up through your shoulders. Keep going, keep going. You've got 8 more seconds. Not even. Flip it over. You just hold in boat pose, or you can go full leg. I think this is the last move. Shoulders down back. And that's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Oh, that was only 4 minutes. I totally lied. Those are fast songs. Good job. How you feeling? Ended up being a short break or a short core workout. Got some good stuff in there. And now let's grab some water. I'll cool you down and send you on your way. Good job. Good game, everybody. Good game, good game, good game. Good game, good game. Way to steal that. Steal second on that play, man. Way to make that last second free throw. I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere. All right, let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Give yourself a high five. Reach over to the side. Wave hello. Good job today. You, yes, you are that much stronger for showing up. It's so much fun to work out with friends, family, frenemies, enemies. You know, it's fun to work out with people. Give yourself another high five. Reach to the side. Ooh, it feels nice. Hope you got a good workout today. You know, I think people are like, you can't get a good workout with bands. Let's see how y'all are feeling tomorrow, shall we? Clasp your hands behind your back. Stick your chest out because you're so proud of the work that you did. All right. So welcome to Client Appreciation Week. I didn't mention that at the beginning. This workout's free anyway. I have workouts going on all week in person and online. There's going to be one more. So Thursday morning, Friday morning, Wednesday morning. There's another workout coming your way online. But also tomorrow on Zoom, I am doing an in-person workout, so you can always reach out to me if you want to register for that. Bring your hands in front, clasp around. I should have put the link to the registration in there. But if you subscribe to my newsletter, you would already have that registration link. So why have you not signed up for my newsletter yet? All the cool kids are doing it. All right. Now cross shoulder down. Let's see. So yeah, tomorrow there's going to be a Zoom workout, and then I'm doing giveaways. And then in person in Santa Barbara, Wednesday, trying out a new class. It's free. Come to JRF headquarters, try a new class, and then we'll be noshing on some fun stuff after that. Give yourself a pat back. Lots of fun stuff this week. Giveaways, discounts. Maybe I'll tell you about the new. Have you noticed that I'm not really good at self-promotion? I'm not, but I'm working on it. Let's cross the other arm over. Also, if you would like to see these videos have better lighting, feel free to donate, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, or you can click on the link in the description, send me some cash. I was researching lighting, and yeah, it's gonna be an investment. I would like to do some higher production values if at all possible. So if you wanna help make that happen, I would really for it. So go ahead and donate. Feel like giving you some digital dollars my way in appreciation for all these lovely free workouts I make for you. Do it out of love and the joy of movement. Do some weird like, whoo, it's like a shoulder roll and like this weird thing. I don't know, just roll with it, get it, roll. All right, do some shoulder, neck rolls, do some neck rolls. And we are gonna end there, my friends. I hope you got a good workout today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be here later this week. Sign up for my newsletter. It tells you all the stuff that's going on. And once I get more media savvy, I'll tell you other ways, but until then, I'm lazy. So take care. I love you. Mwah. Bye.